Looks like Donnie did a racism again, tweeting that efforts to investigate apparent abuses of presidential power are akin to a lynching. As you can see, we're moving right through the atrocities of American history, from the old classic witch hunt to invoking America's horrendous history of anti-black violence. When black folks are thrown through the gauntlet of the criminal justice system, it's just another day in the good old US of A. But when Trump faces the threat of investigation into crimes he himself committed, it's a lynching. But because even some well-meaning people need to be taught still, let me use the opportunity right now to clear the air. Comparing anything to lynching that isn't lynching is reprehensible. It's like using Holocaust as a verb. I'm pretty sure you get banned from a game server by saying you're holocausting the other team, even on Xbox. The history of lynching in America goes back to slavery, and beyond. Getting beaten for not working hard enough by slave owners who weren't working at all was bad, but lynchings were more than just beatings. Some victims were hung from trees, or shot point blank, or dragged behind cars, or burned, or a combination. The family and friends of victims would fear seeking help from authorities because the police often turned the other way during a lynching. That was, of course, if they weren't secretly participating in it. Lynching wasn't just an antebellum South thing either. In the 100 years after the Civil War ended, an estimated 3,500 to 4,500 black people were lynched. A sizable portion of them were falsely accused of murder, rape, or just looking at a white person funny. I grew up with my grandma telling me stories about Black Wall Street, an affluent majority black community in 1920s Tulsa, Oklahoma. I learned about this at an age when I couldn't even imagine what a majority black community looked like without imagining poverty and the crime that comes with it. The whites in Tulsa were jealous and fearful of blacks' self-made economic power. In retaliation, Black Wall Street was firebombed and 300 black men, women, and children were slaughtered in a massive jealousy lynching. That is the true horror of lynching. So to hear Republican senators' eye-wateringly bad defenses of Trump's statements just boils my blood.
Politically, I think what's happening to the president is a mob has taken over. He doesn't have the right to call witnesses. He doesn't have the right to confront his accuser. A lynching is when a mob focuses on an individual or group of people and take the law in their own hands. I think that's what's happening. Is political, is not a lynching in the terms of what we know it to be.
None of that is true. Again, people were murdered because of their race and were falsely accused with zero due process. The impeachment inquiry is allowing numerous witnesses to testify. They're doing it without Republicans because they are loyal to a president that openly threatens the safety of whistleblowers.
Abuse of power is not a crime.
Not only does racism not bother these Republicans, they claim that they're the victims of the dictionary definition of an unwarranted racist attack. No, I actually don't expect better from them. They've been garbage and will remain garbage. I do, for some reason though, still expect better from Trump's black talking heads. Like the two-woman minstrel show known as Diamond and Silk, who tweeted that if the NAACP has a problem with lynching, why do they still support the Democrat Party that did all the lynchings? Never mind the stupidity of that statement, considering that Trump demanded that the Central Park Five be jailed for a crime they were cleared of after they were cleared of it. Diamond and Silk are clowns who willingly pimp out the color of their skin for money to racists. Not unlike self-proclaimed coon news network Kingface, a Blacks for Trump diehard who has also been curiously silent on the issue. You know who else has been awkwardly silent? Stankweave Candace Owens. Do y'all think you're too good to answer for your ancestors? My Twitter's open if you want to get off of Trump's plantation and use that free speech of yours to embarrass your damn self some more. I'm waiting.